There's Stay Awake's obviously the next one, and then there's Natural Disaster, which is like a collabo with Laid Back Luke, but it's on the album. It's on the album, so I'll plug it. So that's coming out just after the album, and that's sort of big piano riff, like trance house, but like massive, like really epic, uplifting, and that's already going off in clubs now, like huge. And I'm hoping that that'll be one of these sort of, you know, anthems that stick around and come with me through my career for the next 5-10 years or whatever. And then there's another song called Midnight Run, which I think is coming out at Christmas, and that's again, like I say, everything on this album's about discussing the same stuff. And Midnight Run is one of those ones when you're out late at night knowing you should be at home, and there's probably going to be a lot of tears because of it. So yeah,
the Christmas number one then?
I don't know, it would be the most un-Christmassy Christmas number one ever, but that works sometimes.
It does, doesn't it?
Let's see what happens, but I mean, the main thing I'm happy with this album is it's not as disjointed as my last two. My first album was sort of like me finding my feet, not really knowing what I was doing. My second album was me having to go at properly songwriting, you know, writing choruses and having to go at singing. And then this album feels like, kind of like my first proper album, because it all connects and there's a clear central message. And I do honestly believe that any of the songs could be singles.
And let's talk about tour plans. What's shaping up on that front?
Yeah, so I've got the November-December tour, and that is like 19 gigs, UK and Ireland. I think we sold out 10 of them now. And Brixton, and that's like only got a couple hundred tickets left last time I looked, so that would be pretty exciting. I think that's a big moment to play Brixton, because the first gig I ever saw at Brixton was like 1996, Wu-Tang Clan.
Wow.
And then I saw Arctic Monkeys there, and I seen Kasabian there, and I seen Blur there, just like so many legendary bands. So it's always really cool for me to want to go there. The first time I went there, sort of as an artist, was to watch The Streets play, just after I'd signed for his label, and I think he did 2 or 3 nights there. And then a couple of years after that, I supported Lily Allen there, and we did 4 nights there. And that kind of gives you the hunger to want to headline it. But now, because I played O2 Arena last year supporting Faithless, now, you know, the next benchmark's O2 Arena.
That'll be next year then.
I think early next year, I think we've got one booked in. I haven't announced it yet, but
It's reserved.
it's reserved. It's reserved based on how this album does. But I think if we can go from playing, you know, we did 2 years ago, it was like Hoxton Barn Kitchen, Dingwalls, and there's Coco, 2 Nights Shepherd's Bush, Roundhouse, Brixton, O2 Arena. We would have done that jump in like 2 years. I think that's kind of unheard of.
Yeah, that'd be quite phenomenally fast.
Yeah, you know, from like 300 people to 18,000 in 2 years. You know, with like sort of 7 singles and 2 albums in the middle. That'd be, I'll be quite proud of that achievement.
But you do a lot of touring, a lot of gigs and that. Is that where you think has helped build the fan base?
Yeah, because the old-fashioned way of building fan bases used to be stick a band on tour and get them to do 200 gigs and build up a fan base. It's how the Arctic Monkeys, you know, were massive before they even came out. They did like 100 gigs, and they used to hand out free demo CDs at every gig. So before they even signed a deal, they had thousands of fans. You know, remember MySpace? You know, millions of hits on MySpace. And I've kind of gone that route, which isn't the normal route for, I suppose, a rapper or singer or urban dance act, whatever you want to call it. It's not the normal route for someone to take, because most people discovered on pirate radio that have done like 20 club PAs or something around the country, and then they sign for major, and then they're put on tour supporting 50 Cent or something, and then their album's out. And I've done nearly 1,000 gigs in the last 7 years. I've got my spreadsheet with every gig I've ever done. And you know, I've supported Plan B, Get Cake, Wear Cake, Fly, Lily Allen, Tinchy, Faithless, Calvin, Streets, even like bands like the Rifles, you know, who were around like 3 years ago. So I've hit up every market and learnt my craft over 7 years. So now I can just, you know, go out and kill it. I just didn't have the big songs before. But it's exciting.
If you've now honed the way of writing the best songs, and it's just.
I just know what suits me, yeah. And my songwriting's got better anyway, but now I can hear a beat instantly and know whether it's suited to me. And also now I have a different approach. Like, I used to try and write to the beat, and now I sort of, before I even start writing, I've got a song title in my head. So I start with a song title. I start with Shot Yourself in the Foot Again, or Change the Way You Kiss Me, or Stay Awake the Longest. And then I apply that to some music in the studio with the producers to kind of build the song with them. And then I work backwards from the song title.
It's quite different then, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think if you've got an epic song title, people can get an idea of what the song's about even before they've heard it. And it means something. Change the Way You Kiss Me as a title probably might mean something to someone even before they've heard it.